Okay, here we are, video number 2. I thought it would be interesting to show you a tour of my bar. So it is kind of a cool bar, but it's not very big. So this won't be a very long video, but I'm going to show you a tour, give you a chance to maybe get to know my bar a little bit, and then obviously comment below if this is something that interests you. You want to know more about one of these bourbons? Comment below. We're happy to talk about them on a future episode. Obviously, there's I think 500 bottles or so here, so to try to get all 500 bottles to talk about, we're gonna have to do a lot of episodes. But we'll see. We'll see where this leads us to. So I'm gonna flip this camera around, and then I'm gonna show you some of the bottles and some of the sections that we have of the bar. All right, so there's my tater collection of the Blantons. So that's all the letters. It spells out Blantons. And there's different various versions of that. I've got the black, which is from Japan. I've got a gold from Japan. I've got a straight from the barrel. But those are my Blanton's collection. And then up above that, you can see there's just some tequilas. Those are some pretty cool tequilas. I was into tequila, believe it or not, before I got into bourbon. So cool. Over here, I've got a bunch of various different bourbons. So we've got some Widow Jane, some Jeffersons, some Whistle Pig. So there's some Augusta back there, Augusta 13, probably Augusta 10 and Augusta 15. I'm actually hunting Augusta 13 right now. I do like the Augusta products. Those are really, really good. So there's Augusta's, the Buckners. So Augusta's the distillery, but Buckners. Those are great. I've got some Bardstown. I have become a big fan of Bardstown. And so you can see the Bardstown and Green River that are up there. Up top then, as you go up top, we've got, this is hard to get this to come in. Maker's Mark and some Michter's up there, a Fang's Pursuit. And then as I come across, a bunch more Michter's. So this is 10 years. Some barrel proof rye. I don't have a barrel proof regular bourbon yet. I plan on doing a trip down here soon to Louisville, and I'm hoping I can do a bottle of my own. King of Kentucky, a bunch of Willet purple tops, and then some Willet green. I think those are 11 years and maybe a 10-year green that are up there. Old Carter, a bunch of Blood Oaths, some Redwood Empire, the Masters collections of the Woodford Reserves. Then you get into all the Heaven Hill products. So I've got, this is now where everything's going to be by each of the shelves is a distillery. So the Heaven Hill products, and then including the Elijah Craigs that are down below. I'm really a fan of Elijah Craig. So I've got everything back to, I think, like the 2022 barrel proof strengths, the late 2022. Man, those are excellent bourbons. Jim Beam products, got a lot of the Knob Creeks, a lot of the local barrel selects, as well as the 18s are buried in there, the regular Bookers. Then over here we've got Old Granddad 16, which, man, gets a lot of hate, but I sure like it. I think it's a great bourbon. The Baker's product, the Lineage, which is super hard to find. That bottle is just about gone. Little Books, and I got a Little Book Infinite. I do not have the reserves yet. I'm still trying to get that one. Down here, I've got the Buffalo Trace lineup. So I have everything in my BTAC lineup except for the Sazerac 18. So that's the one that I'm still hunting. I just bought the William Lee Reller just a month ago or so at an auction, charity auction. Got a couple Pappies, just like everybody else. I think the Pappies are fun to have one or buy one. They're super overpriced when you find them, but I bought them usually at charity auctions is where I buy that stuff. The Weller, I've got the Rainbow completed, and Elmer T. Lee, Rockhill Farms. Over here we have the George T. or pardon me, Elmer T. Oh my gosh, Steve. The Elmer T. Lee and the Stag, regular Stag Junior, the old Stag Junior. Then we get down into the Wild Turkey. Like I said, I'm also a big Wild Turkey fan. I'm a big fan of all these, to be honest with you. I really, in each of these lineups, I tell you, each of these distilleries, I think there's a handful of bottles that I just think are amazing. But the Russell's 13, 15 are great. I love the Wild Turkey. I have an 8 and a 12 kind of back there. You can see them back in the back. Those are 8 and 12 years. The 8 years, great. That's just the this year product, just came out. But the 12 years, amazing. We did a trip to Japan recently, and it was great. Old Forester. So got a whole bunch of single barrels in the Old Forester. I was really into collecting those for a while. They were hard to find. Now I've got so many of them, I pass them up all the time. But those are fun. I like the 1924. It's another one of my favorite bottles, and probably my favorite one from the Old Forester lineup is the 1924. And then you get down here. I've got Penelopes, lots of Penelopes. I got the Havana and the Rio. I'm sure we're going to do something to do some tasting and talk about the notes of those things. They're super interesting. That Rio, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch in every way. It's crazy. And then over here we've got some Joseph Magnus and some Four Roses. I got a whole bunch of kind of just random bottles, I call them. I mean, there's lots and lots in here. Some of these are just open and there's not a space in the big bar, but there's a lot of open ones in here too. They're great bottles. So there you go. That's my bar. So hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and looking forward to doing more of these videos for you. So thanks again. Have a great rest of your day.